Flurple Cat has been subscribed for 6 months. Absolutely incredimeow if I do say so myself.
Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this guy that I don't know. I haven't seen him in 3 weeks. Probably forgot about me already. Meowdy. 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 What is that thing loading in the corner? That is a great question.
Ketacat_ has been subscribed for 6 months. Sop, I threw up in your shoes. I'm so sorry, why?
What? Thanks for the 6 months, Keta. You did what now? What is this thing? Hello?
Zekilo_ has been subscribed for 3 months. What the meow? IITSSO heart.
Thanks for the 6 months, Sekilo. What is that thing in the corner? Why can I not?
Gifted 5 subs. Woas.
Thanks for the 5 gifted, Keta. I'm back. Let me just figure out how the hell do I get rid of... What is that thing in the corner? Is it a Discord overlay? It is. I'm done. I fixed it. Alright, now I can say hi. Now I can say hi. Meowdy, Alpha Craft, Purple Keta, Solano, Meowdy, Turtle, sure. Meowdy. Meowdy from Germany. Ooh, we have a few German people here. Meowdy Blam. The eternal loading screen, not anymore. I deleted it. Got rid of it. Why is my full body already drifting? Dude, there's like these new full bodies that are called like flux pose. I'm so excited for them. I would like them. I would like new full body. Sucks. Guess what? Asuki got $15 from me. You know what that means? Mayu time! Why does it replace my text emojis? I don't know. Twitch does that. Sometimes. Music kinda quiet though. There we go. Hydrate already. I did get water this time though. I'm kinda quiet? Nuh-uh. I can turn it up a little bit. How about that? Oh, it went to the red for a second. Turned your volume up? Unbelievable. Sock's gonna bite you? Nope. Alright. I was... here's the part where I say the line. I've been gone for a while, haven't I? I remember what it was. I've been gone for a while, haven't I? But it's not... No, I forgot how it was. But it's not my fault that my upload schedule is worse than the amount of tuna I feed my staff. Yeah. I remember it. I really need to stop saying I've been gone for a while in all my videos. The urge to say I've been gone for a while just cause I don't upload in a while. It's becoming the new Meowdy. No. Am I gonna be permanently gone for a while? Your favorite Swede? Buddy. You might be a little off there. Meowdy, Electra, Meowdy, Meowdy, everybody, Meowdy, 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 Meowdy. So, what have I been up to? Just in case you were not, you've not been catching up, you've not been keeping up. Unbelievable. My mods, I've been gone for so long that my mods, my mods are they're lacking. They're forgetting how to mod. I'm the one that has to pin the Discord server. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm cutting your pay by half, which means, well, 0 divided by 2, it's still 0, so that's that. No, it's just 0 divided by 2, so it's don't worry about it. All right. What have I been up to? What have I been up to? I didn't stream for what? 2 weeks? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks? 2 weeks, yeah, no, the last stream was on the 18th. Double their pay? I'll double their pay. 0 times 2 is still 0. Sock face mean elbow past that tuna slop. Don't call it slop. You ate that thing up. So, I went on a trip. I went on a trip to visit Keta, my partner, my beautiful boyfriend. Went over to his place, cooked him some food. He loved it. He ate it. He ate it. Made some elbow pasta with tuna, which is a local dish. It's like tuna salad, but with elbow pasta, basically. That doesn't sound too yummy. It's delicious. It's delicious. The tuna mac and cheese is no, it doesn't have any cheese on it. It's not tuna mac and cheese. It doesn't have any cheese on it. Just because it has pasta and tuna, it doesn't make it tuna mac and cheese. You see, this is because mac and cheese has cheese on it. Yeah. Did you know that? I'm sure you didn't know that. What can I say? I'm just smart. I'm just smart like that. Cheeses your regular pasta with tuna. Now you just made mac and cheese. Mac and cheese with tuna. Tuna mac. Tuna mac. Tuna helper. Yes. That smile is backwards and it's freaking me out. Alright. Nothing of note happened while I was over there. Kinda went sightseeing a little bit. It was pretty though. It was pretty. It was very pretty. And it was fun. Kinda just... It's pretty relaxing. I love traveling. I love traveling because it's you get away from normal life and just kind of sit back and like relax. Not gonna lie, mac and cheese with tuna sounds great. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I'd eat it. You know. After, like, when I first suggested it, I got like a lot of backlash from it, but then I made a video about it, and I got like hundreds of comments just on my side of the team saying that tuna mac and cheese, tuna helper, or tuna mac, however they would call it, it's the same thing, saying that it was great and they loved it. So I don't know if it's really unpopular, if it's just a loud minority. Yes. But that was 1 week. The thing is that I left on a Saturday, so I could not stream because I stream on Saturdays. And then I came back on a Sunday, so I didn't stream because I was away on a Saturday. So I missed 2 streams. And then the third Saturday, I was here, but I've spent the last 3 days flying because I am the flying cat. It's fun. I love flying. Flying is great. I was gonna fly today in the morning, but the day is not cooperating. It was raining in the morning, which is unusual because it's not usually raining in the morning. It's usually raining in the afternoon. Afternoon to evening. When are you gonna get your instrument rating? In a while. Just don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about instrument rating in a hot minute. We go step by step here. We got step by step here. Haven't got my PPL yet. Calm down. Haven't even soloed. Chill. Only have what? 4 hours? 4.2 or something? I got 4 hours flying. Are you at 8 hours? No, I'm at 4. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. My flight instructor, every time we go out flying, like we've gone flying for the last we've gone flying for the last 3 days, right? And every time, you're not flying. You're just a passenger princess. So I've been going out flying for the last 3 days, right? 3 days in a row, and every time I go flying with my captain, I'm like doing all the stuff that he tells me to. He like, I like the second time I was doing it, he just kind of asked me like, "Wait, how many hours are you on?" I'm like, at the time I was like at 3.2 or something. I was like I'm like at 3.2 or something like that. And he was like 3.2. Oh my god, you're so far from the 20 hours. I think it's you need 20 hours. And if the flight school is asking for a 20-hour requirement to solo, or if or what's the deal with the 20 hours? Because you know, I reckon for private pilot is 40 hours, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it's like, dude, you're so far from the 20. Do you want to do a cross country or something, like just to build up hours, or just gonna go back and forth? Because you're gonna be doing hour by hour. You're gonna be going hour by hour at this rate. You're gonna get tired of just doing 1 hour flights. Let's do like a cross country. So my instructor wants to take me on a cross country before my solo, which is interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. Hey Tenkat, when can I take you out for big burgers? Anytime. I'm always down for free food. If you're paying, I mean, I'm not gonna pay for it. I'm not gonna pay for it. The only thing I'll pay for is tuna. Meowdy. Meowdy Vupkis. Meowdy Stoner Floof. 42. 42. 10 hours solo. Oh, well, that's for the US. It might be the same here, though. Oh, I get it. For Chinese. Okay, fine. I get it. I thought like 42 is in the meaning of life, but you know. That's how it works. 10 solo in the US. Maybe. I know. I remember looking up, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm too far from either of those. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I do have a video. of I did have a video of me taking off and landing. I asked for permission to take my GoPro with me, so I sent that in the server. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Are you allowed to do touch and goes? Yeah, that's pretty much the thing, everything I do. I think I've done more touch and goes than full sub landings. My instructor is way too lazy to stop on the runway and backtrack, so he just kind of just does full power immediately, and we go up to the air again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, the other day I got bored. I started streaming on TikTok. That was fun. Meowdy overcast. Meowdy live flying stream when? Never. Dude, signal is so bad when on the plane. My messages don't go through. I wanna buy some meta glasses, the ones that have like the camera in the glasses thingies. That'd be cool. Imagine they see me wearing clear glasses and go like, "Do you have an extra pair of those?" I'm like, "No, they're not. It's not a prescription." What are you teaching? Well, you guys haven't let me start teaching. You know, if I'm telling the TikTok stream story, well, I got interrupted and then I got distracted, so I forgot that I was telling a TikTok story. May you pet me if you can reach me. I'm the tallest cat ever. Meowdy cat named Leo. That's a cute cat name. I know a cat named Leo. It's a snow leopard. Alright. So I had nothing. I had 4'1". I'm not 4'1". I'm the tallest cat ever. So I had nothing planned for this stream until some friends, I don't think they're in chat, inspired me, if you will. Because apparently there's like some historic event in the US or something. I don't remember what it was, something about the Marines. But they were like, they didn't like say that, they just kind of asked like, hey, for the historians, you know what day is today? I'm like, isn't it the what's it called? I know how to call it in Spanish, but it's not really Socks in Top Gun outfit? Nope. I don't like fighter jets. I don't like flying fighter jets. Contrary to popular beliefs. Marine Corps Day? Yeah, no, but there's something else called. I'm talking about something else. It's I'll look it up. The first cry of independence. There we go. The first cry of independence is today, the November 10th for me. Might be already the 11th for you guys. But today's November 10th. And November 10th of 1821, I think, was the day where some person of independence movement kind of just screamed like, hey, we want to break free from Spain. For the ones that don't know, Panama used to be a Spanish colony. Yeah, like, you know, it's no big deal, but like the Spanish made mainland America landfall in Panama, so it's not a big deal. But you know, it's like they discovered America in Panama. Ignore the islands. We don't talk about Cuba. That's an island. Panama was like mainland, you know, it's like the continent. So we used to be a Spanish colony, as well as all of Latin America, and we didn't like that, you know, as all the colonies do. So the movement started like on the 10th of 1821, and some like I think some like lady screamed about it, and then they made a national holiday about that scream because we're too small and we don't have enough holidays. So yes, that's how the conversation started, but that got me inspired, like, hey, what if I start talking about Panamanian history? Because I know the Panamanian history roughly. I'm sure they teach us better history to us because we're pretty small and we don't have much history. So I think I know the history pretty well. I might not know the dates, but I do know you guys love me when I love when I ramble. So you're gonna hear me rambling a lot. You gotta go fly. Have a safe flight, kiddo. Have a safe flight. Have a safe flight. So this starts a gazillion trillion million years ago when the dinosaurs were there, and the continent were like everywhere, and then they moved, and Panama was not there, so like the water that it came up from the water, it surfaced and it became like a little connecting bridge from North and South America. It did that. I was there. I saw it. So yeah, Panama is like came out from the ocean floor, which is pretty cool. It is said that the continental America was not inhabited for a while until a random ice age. A bridge was formed from Russia to Alaska, so people walked, and then they just stayed in America, and then the ice just melted, so they got just stuck there, and that's how people kind of spread out or something. That was long ago though. I don't know. That I didn't watch that. I was taking a nap, so I don't know how they did that, but there was people there. At some point, some random like guy said, like, you know what? I don't. Some random guy in, I think it was Turkey, said, like, you know what? I don't think I want Europe having spices anymore. So I will cut the spice trade route, which I forgot what it's called, the Silk Road, I think. So this guy is like, nope, you're not allowed. So then Spain is like, oh no, and then everyone is like, oh no. So and this random Spanish guy, called Christopher Columbus. Well, no, correction, he was not Spanish, he was Portuguese. He goes to the Portuguese crown and goes, yeah, so hear me out. The Earth is a sphere, and if we want to go to Asia, we can go the other way. And the Portuguese crown said, like, no, you're crazy. That's not true. Earth is clearly flat. Like, look at the horizon. It's just line. It's just a line. What are you on about? Your country sunk in the ocean? Already sunk? It's underwater now? Meowdy Sanfir. Right, so this random guy then goes to the Spanish royalty and goes like does the same pitch. Like, all right, hear me out. The Earth is. They said no, please, no, please, no. Okay, fine. I'll give you 3 ships. Three ships. And then they sailed, and then they went that way. They went that way. That way, right? That way. Not this way. Not this way. I think the French went this way, and they like discovered Africa or something. They went that way. Right. So after they went that way, they encountered a land, and they're like, "Oh my God, we made it to India. This must be Indians." It wasn't. But they thought it was. They thought it was. So they went to quote unquote India, like 4 times. And actually, fun fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but fun fact, the guy that decided, Christopher Columbus, that the guy that decided to go the other way and discovered a new land, he never knew he discovered a new land. He did 4 trips. He stepped in America 4 times. And all 4 times, he just thought he was arriving to India. That's it. That's it. So at this point, eventually when they tried to map it out, they discovered that, dude, this is like a whole new it's a whole new place. This is crazy. So they started to colonize it and spread the word of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, as the Spanish does. They do that. I know they do that. They were in an interesting phase back then. They started colonizing, and they discovered that, there's like this centralized point, like at the bottom. It's like this tiny little bridge. It's weird. It's a weird little thing. Let's make a port here. So they just kind of stayed on the. Is that the Pacific or the Atlantic? Pacific. That's the Atlantic. They stayed on the Atlantic or Caribbean Sea coast the whole time because they didn't want to walk on the woods. At some point.
_angel has been subscribed for 4 months. Woo.
Been subscribed for 4 months. Thank you for the 4 months, Glacier. Sorry you're late, Professor. It's fine. It's fine. This is not gonna come on the test. It is. Yes, fair history lecture when you open Twitch. Yeah, that's what I do. I ramble about anything, and people kind of watch me, and then I'm surprised that they do. You were snapping? Oh, okay. You got an excuse. It's fine. You're excused. A nap is a good excuse. If I was a professor, a real professor, and not a pretend one. I mean, it's since I am a professor, I think napping is a valid excuse. That's why I missed class yesterday, and you guys just stayed alone in class the entire time. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. That happened, right? So, back to the Spanish discovering America. There was this random guy, which I don't remember what his first name was, but his last name was Balboa. I don't know what his name was. Time to look it up. Class, if you don't know something, just Google it. Google never lies. What was his first name? Oh, there we go. Vasco Núñez de Balboa. There we go. There we go. So this random guy, his name was Vasco Núñez de Balboa. He was in a little bit of trouble, right? In Spain, he was like being prosecuted and stuff. So he sneaked into a ship and crawled into a barrel, and just kind of hid there for, I don't know how long did it take to sail from Europe to America back then. Maybe like 4 months. I don't know. How long? How fast were those ships? I wonder. I'm not a shipologist. I don't know what you call this. 1 second. Right, so I really wonder how fast they were. So he just kind of hides in the barrel. I don't know if he comes out at some point. Maybe he does and kind of pretends he's part of the crew. But once he's in the ship, they're not gonna turn back, so they just keep going to America, and he just goes there and makes himself a new life. You go to rest. Have a nice day. Okay. Have a nice rest, you too. You have a busy day. Meowdy Norman. I remember the timeline of events of things. But this guy that kinda was like a criminal and then sneaked into the ship and then came there and then somehow just did an expedition to cross Panama. He just found that that it was not as wide as they thought, and they just found another ocean on the other side. They did that. So he discovered the Pacific Ocean. And then is that Pacific? I always confuse them. Pacific is south, yes. So he discovered the Pacific Ocean. And and so we named our coin after them. Yeah, that's what the Panamanian currency is. Which so technically the Panamanian currency is the US dollar, but we also have our own coins, which are worth the same as the US dollar, so here's some tuna. I appreciate it. Meowdy Sienna. Right. So we were with Spain for a while. I don't remember the years of that. I think it was like the 1500s or something, just around that. So we stayed with them for like 200 years or something. They built like cities, all that stuff. At some point, some pirate came in and destroyed the original city, so they moved the city a little bit further to the west, and that's now the current city. So we have like ruins of the old burnt city. So eventually we got bored of being a colony, and like all of Latin America was also getting bored of being a Spanish colony, so they were like becoming their own thing. And there was this big ass country called the Great Colombia that was like breaking free from Spain and doing all that stuff. So you know what, we started our own movement, and we're just gonna say like, you know what, we're gonna be part of the Great Colombia now. So we started our own movement to have our independence from Spain and join the Great Colombia, which was formed at the time by Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, and I think that was it. And well, later us, and that was in November 28th, 1821. I know that one because I looked it up before the stream. So yeah, our Independence Day is this month. It's soon. After that happened, we were part of Colombia, and our geography between us and South America is a little funny. There is like this really dense forest between Panama and Colombia called the Darien Gap, and it's just impenetrable. We haven't been able to build a road through it. We haven't been able to do anything through it. There is like a road. There is like a road that goes all the way from North America to the tip of South America, and the only spot where it breaks, where it's non-continuous, where it's not connected, is the Darien Gap. So yeah, that's a thing. So that means that there is a physical separation between us and the rest of, you know, or quote-unquote country, which we're a part of, the Great Colombia. So we're a little detached. We weren't really too close to them. We're like, you know, that kind of neighbor you kind of just see and say, like, you kind of wave. You don't even say hi, you kind of wave at them, and that's it. I think there was a war at some point, the War of 1,000 Days. I don't remember what that was up, but it lasted 1,000 days, I guess. Hi from Panama. Hi from Panama too, I guess. Yes, that's me. So, you know, we started to realize that maybe we didn't want to be part of this Great Colombia thing. And this was like maybe like 70 years later. So we're like, hey, Colombia, yeah, can we become our own thing? And they just went like, no. Let's goodness. Let's cut away to the US. The US, it's realizing that driving a ship all the way from one coast down to the tip of South America, all the way up the other coast, is it's a little too much travel. So we're thinking, hey, what if we cut the entire country in half? Meanwhile, the French are thinking the same thing, and they try to cut Panama in half with the permission of Colombia, but they fail. I think they died or something. And now they hate us. But that's okay. So the US wants to just cut the entire, just a canal. And they're thinking of a couple options, you know, they're thinking like Mexico, they're thinking like Nicaragua, but they are also thinking about Panama. And Panama wants to break free from Colombia. The US, I reckon the US tried to talk with Colombia like, hey, we want to like cut this country in half. What made you want to do a history lesson today? Meow. Because it came up. Today's it's a national holiday. Something about the independence. I'm not gonna explain it again. It's related to our independence. The independence cry, I think it was called in English. I don't remember. But since Colombia said no, Panama wants to break free from Colombia, and the U.S. wants to cut Panama in half to drive ships through it. They go. There is this French guy. There's this French guy that for some reason has a lot of governmental power. He's not Panamanian, he's French, but he has a lot of power in the government for some reason. And they, how hard could it be to cut a continent in half? Ask the French. The French guy went to the US and kind of made a deal with the US, like, hey, if you help us break free from Colombia, we're gonna give you a piece of land for you for free. And the US accepted. And so they sent like 2 battleships on each side of the coast to kind of just threaten Colombia, and Colombia was like, okay, fine, they can be free. And then we're free. We're our own little country in November 3rd, 2003. No, 2003, what? No. 1903. There you go. Not 2003. 1903. And we got our own little new friend. First it was Spain, then it was Colombia, now it's the US. The US have their own piece of US territory, just from north to south, cutting our country in half. And they did that. They cut our country in half. They didn't really cut it in half, I guess. They realized, like the French, that cutting their entire country in half was a monumental work. So they instead just kind of built some locks and some dams and flooded an entire valley to make an artificial lake. So the concept is simple. You have a lake pretty high up, so you don't have to cut all the mountains, all that stuff. That's just a lake that you can just navigate through from south to north, pretty high up. And you go from the Pacific Ocean, which is pretty low, it's at sea level. You go into a gate, you flood the gate, you close doors, flood the gate, you go up to the lake, to the level of the lake, you go across the lake, and then you go to another set of doors, and then you go back down to the ocean. So that's the thing. Instead of going through and cutting through, you just go over it. Smart. A pinnacle of engineering, really. So they somehow built that in 10 years because they were sweating, they were speedrunning it or something. And that's the Panama Canal. Now there's another issue going on. Panama is kind of getting tired of other countries just sticking their noses in their territory. And they are like, you know, they want to be their own thing. Like the whole purpose of breaking free from Colombia was to be your own thing. Not only that, but the US in the Panama Canal territory. The Panama Canal Zone, that's what it was called. In the Panama Canal Zone, they don't really like Panamanian people. So they it's not like they hate them. They just give them the stink eye. You know, they see them and they're like, you know? Boat elevator, that's what it was. So that was rude. And we had a couple fights, you know? There was like this one time we tried to get to an agreement, you know? Like, hey, you know, what if at your schools you just raise the Panamanian flag next to the US flag? And then this one school decided not to do it, and then this Panamanian school decided to retaliate, so they went with a flag, and then a fight broke up, and now that's a day. There was this other time where there was in the times of the gold rush in California, a lot of travelers were traveling through Panama via rail. And one of these travelers, this is like the funniest history thing that I've seen in the history books of Panama. One of these travelers, I don't remember what his last name was, but his first name was appropriately named Jack, probably Jack Smith. I don't remember. It was a very common name. He got off the train at the station and went to a Panamanian salesman, just street salesman. They were selling watermelon slices for 5 cents each. And this guy, this American guy, he just thinks he owns the place and just kind of grabs one watermelon slice. He eats it and then refuses to pay it. So, and this is the way it's written in the history books. It's very, very epic. At this quote, at the same time, after a heated argument, at the same time, Jack drew his gun, and the Panamanian guy, I think his name was Luis, drew his knife, and then a 3-day-long fight broke off between Americans and Panamanians. And they burnt a train car. So that's in the history books. It's called the Watermelon Riot. I think it's pretty funny that there was a whole riot over a watermelon. So, you know, tensions are high, and we just kind of get just somehow, and I can't emphasize how crazy this is, but somehow we managed to get into an agreement with the US. I think it was in like 1970s, maybe 1980s. Somehow over a freaking watermelon. Yeah, I know, right? We managed to get the US to give us back the canal zone to Panama on a date. And the date that was decided was December 31st at noon, 1999. So that was decided. It still hasn't happened, but it was written on letters signed by both parties, the US and Panama, and the canal was going to be back to us. So now the US is just kind of getting ready to get rid of this. At some point, like some kind of military general, we had our own military at the time. Some military general got like power hungry and like became some sort of dictator or something, and then the US didn't like that, so they invaded us and took care of him. I think they arrested him. I don't remember. That's the first mission of Black Ops 2, I believe, of the campaign of Black Ops 2. Yeah, I think so. So they did that. They did that too. Again, another reason for us to not like the US. Which is a great reason of why, even though the US stayed in Panama for 100 years, not a lot of people speak English. I've wondered the same thing, but I think it's because of all the conflict. So then, December 31st at noon, 1999, the US territory, or the former US territory now, the Panama Canal Zone is returned to Panama. Panamanian hands. And we have been operating the Panama Canal Zone since. Well, not the Panama Canal, the entire Panama Canal since. Pretty good too. We've been pretty good at it. We even, the Panama Canal was so good, we made the Panama Canal 2. We made a second one. We made another. Made a second Panama Canal. But bigger, for bigger boats. All by ourselves. Which is pretty cool. And now that's one of our main sources for income. And also, the only thing we're known for. It's so crazy when I say like, I'm from Panama. They're like, Panama, where is that? Do you know the Panama Canal? Oh yeah, I know what it is. I know where it is now. Yeah, you do. And that's how it's been since the present until the present. So all in all, we're a really young country. 19, what? That's 26 years. So that's the entire Panamanian history in 1 hour. Heard y'all they actually made the canal profitable? It was always profitable. I don't know what you're talking about. Does Panama a bunch of abandoned bunkers or buildings or something? Yeah, we do actually. I've been in one of those. Fun stuff to do when you're young. Just go to one of the abandoned bunkers with your friends. Zoom it in. Why? Well, the US was really defensive of the Panama Canal. They were really defensive of it. So they built like bases. They built like military bases. They built because you gotta remember too, the Cold War happened. So they kind of made it a little fortress just in case something happened. And then when they left, they were not gonna like destroy the bunkers, so the bunkers just stayed empty, and we had no use for them. Some bases though, like we have 2 of our airports. One of which I am currently flying out of, used to be a military base, and now it's just a regional airport. Why would they not be defensive? It's super powerful for you guys, and they would want it to somewhat pull off crippling. Well, back then it was all the money was going to them, so it wasn't until now that the money started going to us. Right, that's Isn't America trying to take the canal back? Though no, they can't. They can't. It's in a written treaty. It's in a treaty. The treaty says they can't because they can't. The treaty says it. Unless they do it by force, which kind of makes no sense. I'm not worried about it though. It's not gonna happen. I was worried about it like the first month they started talking about it, and then I forgot about it. So like it's fine. It's not gonna happen. All right, enough politics. Any questions? It's Panamanian history. Panamanian, the entire history of Panama. I just summarized the entire history of Panama in 1 hour. Interesting when you hear about the history from other countries. Yeah. It's a little difficult because some countries are too big to have like a concise history. Like Panama, that's the history of the entire country, but like the US must have like so much history because it was just a huge place. Is it true that cats make good pilots because they always land on their feet? No, cats make good pilots because they have good reflexes. You're thinking the thinker. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's everything I had planned for this stream. I wasn't thinking of making it a long one because it's Monday. It's not stream day. The 2-hour streams are on Saturday. Thanks for the follow, it's Louis. Oh my god. It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months. 6 of them. 6. That's like half a year. Can I go back? Oh my god, guys. You know what this is? 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 It's the greatest thing ever. If I don't lag, if I don't crash. It's the greatest thing ever. It's the greatest thing ever. You guys are ready? You guys are ready? I was gonna take off my clothes. I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart anymore. I was smart for too long. There you go. Dude, it was crazy. Now I can continue the Twitch story because I brought up this. So I was bored the other day. I started streaming on TikTok, and it was pretty silly. But TikTok users are so easily entertained. I pulled out this thing, and I just started. I just sat here doing this for like 50 minutes, and within 50 minutes, the viewers went from like 10 to 25. It's crazy. People are so easily entertained. What are they, cats or something? I love it though. It's great. Be gone, noisemaker. Just like that. It's gone. Oh my goodness. Do you guys get upset if I called this stream short? Dog feud. Meowdy. Do you guys get upset if we rate someone right now? Do I have to stream for 2 hours? It's Monday. I'll stream for 2 hours next Saturday. I'll stream for 2 hours if I'm not flying. I thought flying wouldn't interfere with my streaming, but apparently it does. What plane would you want to fly? Eventually, I want to fly I would like to fly a 777 someday. It would be pretty cool. Oh, I just moved. How did that happen? Oh, because I have my mini open. Just a short stream, just to make sure you guys don't forget about me. What type of plane do you fly now? I fly a Piper PA-28, a Cherokee. Pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun plane. I like it. It's very docile. Because why is there 4 different types of PA-28s? Dude, do you know how many types of Cessna 172 are there? Dude, there's so many variants of the PA-28. There's well, I guess the it's easier with the PA-28s because the only thing that varies is their horsepower. You got the 140, the 140, the 151, the 160, and the 180. And I guess you can say that there is the PA-28 180RG, which is the one that has retractable landing gear. Meowdy. Well, I guess. I suppose. Currently looking for who to raid. I wanna raid somebody. I haven't raided somebody in a while. Let's raid Bloomy! How about that? You guys know Bloomy? The pink dog? Cherokee, Warrior, Archer, Arrow. Oh, that's like the common names. All of them are have their own name. Like the Cherokee is the just whatever. I don't know. They're like that. They're just like that. Let's raid Bloomy. Let's raid Bloomy. Let's do that. Can I do that from here? How do I open my VR keyboard? Ah, there we go. Cessna versus Piper. I don't know why. I had the choice to choose between a Cessna 172 or a Piper. I chose the Piper. I don't know why. It's just charming. It just charmed me. Charmed me. I like the Piper. I like the Piper. It's a fun plane. It's a fun plane. Alright. We're gonna be raiding Bloomy Duggo. I don't know if any mods can help me with the raid message. The raid message is Meowdy. They're playing Rocket League, it seems. The raid message is Meowdy with any socks emoji. Meowdy with any socks emoji. Any socks emoji works. They're playing Rocket League. Oh, my controller is well, there goes my hand, I guess. Hello, hi. Oh, the wrong way. Oh, never mind. It fixed itself. Hi. The message is Meowdy. Remember to say hi. Remember to be kind to them. Yeah. Thank you so much for being to this short little stream. I know it's Monday. I'll stream next Saturday. Promise. I shouldn't promise things I don't know if I can do. I'm gonna end up flying on Saturday. Thanks so much for watching the stream. Thanks so much for the follows, for the donations, for the subscribers, and for the subscriptions. And as always, I love you. Remember to join the Discord. That's discord.gg/wardrobe. It's a fun little place. You're gonna love it. I think that's it. Thank you so much. See ya.